Greetings, friends, and blessings. Jesse Tree here. Wanted to bring you today a recipe for lacto fermented salsa. Many people are getting into fermented foods, and it's a great thing because fermented foods can help us with a great many ailments. Um, they're helpful in alleviating Crohn's disease, leaky gut syndrome. Um, they're also helpful with the fact that 70% of serotonin is created in our gut by these uh, bacteria. Um, and so they're responsible also for our mental health and well being. Um, so they are also high in choline, which helps the body metabolize fats. So now, with the rage of ketogenic diets, important to incorporate some lacto fermented foods because fats can tend to accumulate in the liver, and these foods can help uh, metabolize those fats so that your body can put them to proper use. Um, Usually, when you think of lacto fermented foods, you tend to be thinking about kimchi or sauerkraut. And that's why I wanted to share this recipe with you because you don't usually think of things like condiments, but you can do salsas and, you know, pickled beets and pickled onions and, pickled cucumbers and grape leaves. And there's 100 ways to work with lacto fermented vegetables and incorporate them into your diet. So here's a quick recipe adapted from Nourishing Traditions. That's our go-to book on nutrition and guidance. A lot of good research there done by Dr. Uh, Weston Price, followed up by Sally Fallon. Um, so here we have 8 small tomatoes, finely diced. And what we're going to be doing here is taking the lactobacilli that are on all these vegetables. There's already microorganisms already on all this food, and we're going to be increasing its ability to proliferate. So next we have a bunch of green onions. And we have about a cup of organic corn. This corn's frozen. You can use fresh corn, frozen corn. You got about a cup or so of organic jalapenos. We like our spicy salsa here in New Mexico, so you can use a lot of jalapeno in this recipe. We have 1 bunch of finely chopped cilantro. And then we have a tablespoon of oregano from our garden. About a tablespoon and a half or 2 tablespoons of pink Himalayan salt. And about 6 cloves crushed garlic. Also going to add some of my friends' mushroom salt. It's got lion's mane, parsley, sun-dried tomato, sea salt, and nori, just for a little medicinal benefit. You can put your own mushroom powders or what have you in there. We're going to add 1/3 cup of whey. So this is whey that we drained off of yogurt or had left over from kefir making. This isn't absolutely necessary for making this salsa, but it helps it along. It's essentially, whey is essentially all, just a liquid made of all that lactobacillus. We're also going to add the juice of a lemon and the juice of a lime. So next we're going to stir that up. Yeah. Get it mixed first. Okay, all nice and mixed up now. So next we're just gonna put it into our receptacle. Now, this could be a fermentation crock, or just one of these ball jars. They make interesting tops for these that you can buy that help the lactobacillus off gas and not let anything else get in. We're just going to use the ball jar lids and just burp them. So if you're going to use that method, you're just going to want to leave it on your counter and burp it every 2 or 3 days. Every day for 2 or 3 days. My bad. So that's long enough to initiate the fermentation process. So as you can see here now, I'm going to use the spoon to press down on the vegetables and press up the liquid that was in the vegetables. And you want to make sure that it's deep enough to cover the vegetables. You don't want any vegetables lingering on the surface or on the stuck to the side of the jar, rather. So you can see that's pretty well there, but what I'm going to do is add just a small quantity of distilled water to the top to make sure that it's well covered. Now you want to leave at least an inch gap there at the top for it to breathe and do its thing. When you open this up next time, it's going to be very active, very lively. So let me just cover that up and put it on our kitchen counter. We'll label it here, with the date and what have you. I won't bore you with all that right now, but that's the way we do it. Beautiful, delicious lacto fermented salsa. Take a look at it, give it a try. It's fantastic with chips or on tacos or on enchiladas or any of your Mexican or Hispanic recipes. Use like pico de gallo. If you're interested in taking our classes, check us out at ziapermaculture.com or take a look at our book on Amazon, Second Harvest.